All right, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to be doing our first oil change on the 2022 Grom. So it's at 658 miles, so it's definitely due for it. You're supposed to do it around 600 miles. So basically I got everything we need out here. I'm going to be using this Honda brand 4-stroke motorcycle oil. I'll probably just use this for the first oil change and then get like 1,000 miles out of this oil, and then probably switch over to a synthetic, which I've been doing on my other bikes. We got the Honda oil filter, and I'll go ahead and link both the oil filter and the oil down in the description. I am using 10W40, but you can use 10W40, 10W30. It goes back and forth. It really doesn't matter. I'm just doing 10W40 because that's what I've always done on my mini bikes, but plenty of people do 10W30 too. So besides that, we got a 12mm socket and a 8mm socket. The 12mm socket's going to be for the oil drain bolt, and the 8mm is going to be for the oil filter. And other than that, I just got some gloves down here and something to drain my oil into, but that's about all we're gonna need. So let's go ahead and pull this in where it's a little cooler inside the garage and get started. All right, and jumping right into it, this down here is going to be our 12mm oil drain bolt, and technically you're going to want to change that crush washer every time you do an oil change, but I haven't had a problem with it, so we're just going to reuse it and check for leaks and make sure nothing leaks. But got what you're going to drain your oil into right under it. And if it's not too hot, you might want to let the bike run for a few minutes just to heat that oil up, and it'll speed up the process of the oil draining out here. But we're also going to let this out, so that'll help with the airflow, and it'll also help it drain quicker. Take this little cap off. All right, and here we go. Just going to break this thing loose. There we go. I had to get a little bit of bigger socket, so I had something more to hang on to, because that thing was real tight on there. And there she goes. Going to give it a minute to drain here, and kind of just rock the bike back and forth, make sure it's getting everything out of there. We can go ahead and start on unscrewing the filter while it's at it. And using our 8mm for the filter, super simple, just these 2 bolts. All right, got them off. Gonna work this off. Whoop. Now we can come in here, remove that spring. Boom. All right, I'm gonna put the fresh one in. It's labeled on the outside. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but it says this side is the outside, so really easy to tell. Get that in there good, as well as the spring in there. And for the oil filter, we're just gonna put the cap back on. All right, give her one last shake and get all the rest of that, kind of get it on the other side. Get all that old oil out of there. Alright, I went ahead and got my oil drain bolt, just washed it off in the sink real quick. And gonna go ahead and get this thing nice and hand tight, and then finish it off with the socket, and then we will be ready to put our new oil in. Alright, our drain bolt's tightened up, so we're ready to put our new oil in here. And it only takes a quart, so I'm gonna put the whole thing in. And just gonna get our oil cap nice and secured back on there, and we're about done. And a good way to check to make sure you got enough oil is stand the bike upright and back right in here. I'm not sure how well it's gonna show on camera, but right there is your oil sight glass. So once I stand it up straight, you'll see, and that's up straight right there, and it's right at that second notch and a little bit above, which is just fine. So looks like we're all good. 1 quart of oil did it. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this thing up, let it run for 5 minutes and check for leaks, make sure nothing's coming out of the drain bolt and it's all good and tight. And yeah, that's basically all there is to it. Pretty easy oil change on this Grom. And be sure to check my links in the description for the oil and the oil filter. I'll link that in the description for y'all. And also subscribe for more moto vlogs. And I got some parts coming for this thing, so we're going to be doing a little build series on that. So if you want to check that out, be sure to subscribe. Leave a like on this video if it helped you out at all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.